Hey everybody, I'm Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't yet, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can get all the alerts when I have brand new uploads on the channel here. So today we're going to be talking all about teaching textbooks. Recently they reached out to me and they wanted to partner to bring you this video with me, and we are going to be giving away a subscription to teaching textbooks for the brand new school year. So stay tuned, make sure you watch to the end so you get all the information and you get a comprehensive overview of what this program actually looks like. We've been using teaching textbooks for about 2 years now, and it is one of the programs when we switched over curriculums that my kids begged me not to switch because they just love it and they have excelled with it, and it was one of those things I knew right away I was going to keep. Now, teaching textbooks has recently switched over to the 3.0 program, which we have really enjoyed all throughout last year. The 3.0 is not CDs anymore that you pop into your computer or your laptop. It is a complete online program. Now, there is still an ebook if you want it as a parent, but I have found that I never really touch the parent book because everything really is inside of the program, but it is there if you need it in ebook form. Now, what I love about it, it is a 12-month subscription, so it's perfect if you school year-round or if you school only part of the year. Now, if you need to, there is a function where you can hit the pause button, but I have found that I very rarely needed to even touch it, and honestly, I don't think I've actually used the pause feature even though we school year-round. So we've always finished up in time. We've never had a problem with that. But life does happen, and if you need to take a month off, you can go right into your settings and you can hit the pause button. There is also a great feature for large families. If you have 4 or more kids, you can go in and use the large family bundle, and you guys will get a discount on all of your subscriptions. So it's really great, and it will save you lots of money on curriculum because we all know how expensive curriculum can get when you have multiple kids. It also is great, and it's perfect for overseas military and missionary families. So if you're a military family like me and you're stationed overseas, as long as you have an internet connection, you can use teaching textbooks. So it's something that I appreciate as a military spouse, that these programs are still adaptable to our lifestyle. Now, one of the things that I personally really like about teaching textbooks is it frees up time for me because it is an independent program for our children. So each one of my kids, between the lecture and the lesson, they typically spend about 30 minutes on the computer apiece. So that means that I have 30 minutes that I can work independently with one of my other children, which is great because there are subjects like language arts where you really want to be one-on-one and you really want to give all your attention to that child. That time for me, I carve that out during our teaching textbooks time, and it is great, and it has really helped us in our homeschool journey. As a mom who is not very good at math, this program just saved my life, and it saved a lot of stress. And I almost was too scared to homeschool until I learned that there are programs like this, like teaching textbooks, that comes in and teaches your child for you. And I don't have to have, an extensive knowledge of algebra to be able to teach it to my child at home, because teaching textbooks is here, and it's great. And they have places where you can go online and you can call them if you get stuck. And for me, that's one of those things that just really reassures me as a mom. So if you don't know how to do math as well, kind of like me, if you struggled through math throughout school, you don't have to worry about teaching math to your child as a first-year homeschooler or as a 10th-year homeschooler. You don't have to have any fear. Teaching textbooks is your lifesaver. So this to me really just saved a lot of frustration throughout our homeschooling journey, especially the first couple of years when I was a little bit nervous. We are going on our 4th year now of homeschooling, and I am so much more confident, and really a lot of that is due to teaching textbooks. So I really appreciate how well and how involved they are, even with an online program. So there are all kinds of new features with the 3.0 as well. And they have all kinds of new buddies, and they have new wallpapers, and the buddies are kind of like their personal avatar, and they can change them all the time, and my kids change them on the daily. They can change the wallpapers and the backgrounds of their lessons, which they really, really like. And as they progress through the program, and each time that they go to a new level, they actually get to change, they get new buddies and they get new wallpapers. So with the levels are not synonymous with grades. So if you have a child who is in 4th grade, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be doing level 4 math. My 3rd grader is actually doing level 4 math, and my 7th grader is doing level 7 math, excuse me. That's a mouthful. But we know that because they took the placement test. So if you are going into teaching textbooks for the first time, you can take a free placement test, and they have free example lessons and sample lessons that you can go in and you can take those for free, and you can kind of see how the program works and how your child likes it. I love that it cultivates this atmosphere of independence, and as our children grow, we really want to have them become more independent with their studies. And teaching textbooks is one of those things that I can allow even my youngest, even when he was in 3rd grade and he was only 8, I was able to allow him to do that entire subject on his own, and very rarely did he need my help. But if they ever do get stuck, they really give over a lot of the control to the parents. So just because it is an online program does not mean that you have no control. You can go in and you can help them if they get a low score. Basically, whatever the score is at the end of the lesson is not always what is rock solid. You can go in the grade book and you can change things, you can help them, you can see how many times they needed hints. I mean, there is so much control with the parental side of teaching textbooks. Now, I haven't had to use it a whole lot, but I'm going to show you guys all of the really cool features that come with the parental side of it. But I wanted to make sure that I reiterate here that everybody needs to take the placement test before you go in and order a subscription. So make sure that you do that, and don't just jump right in without taking the placement test. Those are really important to your child and to their development to make sure that they start out where they need to be. So I'm going to flip the camera over and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on our end, and what it looks like as a student, and what it looks like as a parent with the parental controls and in the student lesson. So stay tuned and I will show you guys all the really cool stuff here. Okay guys, so here is what Teaching Textbooks looks like when you go to the website, teachingtextbooks.com, and this is the new 3.0 version. Now, you can see that they have everything from level 3 all the way up to pre-calculus. Here is the free trial as well. So if you haven't used Teaching Textbooks before, you can do the free trial and you can choose whatever level you need to. Also, if you want to start at level 3 here. So this is what it looks like when you come in, and they have sample lessons. And here is the placement test that I told you guys about. Make sure that you take the placement test. It's super important to make sure that your child starts out on the level that they need academically. So I have a child in level 4 and in level 7, and I cannot believe next year we are going to be going to pre-algebra. So once you sign up for this, what's going to happen is you're going to get an email, and then in that email you will get the login for all of that. Now, also, I want to make sure that I point out that they have this large family plan right here, and you can read all about it here. And this is for one household, and it is for a family of 4 and above. So you guys can use this, and it's only $1.99 for the year, and that is a super great deal. So here is the free trial here, and the placement tests are all within each level. So whatever one that you want to start out on, go to that level and take the placement test, and then you can go in. So let's say that you have a child that you want to start out on level 3, you take the placement test and then try out some of the sample lessons, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like in here. It's super cool. So this is my son's Math 4, and he's got his name up at the top, and here, let's go look at the settings first. So here's all of his buddies, and he can pick whatever one that he wants for the day. And let's say that he wants the karate guy. And then he can change his wallpaper, which he does all the time. So let's use these. And then he can even change the sounds. So he has his sounds on, but if I find that they're distracting him or he's playing too much, I can turn them off. And he also has an interactive background. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like for my student when he is in here and how he completes a lesson. So the first thing that you do is you're going to go over to the lecture portion, and he did this one this morning, so he already has his green check marks, but this one for tomorrow, lesson 17, he hasn't done, or lesson 18. So let's just look at a fresh lesson and see what it looks like. Any lesson that he has already completed is going to have that little C beside it. So if you go over here to the next lesson, you have the lecture at the top and then all the practice questions here on the side scroll bar. So the first thing that you would do, or your student is going to do, is you're going to hit the lecture button and it's going to start playing.
Lesson 18, More Long Addition. You know that long addition can be used to add bigger numbers. For instance, we can add 43 and 25 like this.
Now the great thing about this is that this is great for both audio and visual learners. It gives them an example, it's interactive, and they're going to answer questions within this practice lecture right here. And then all of the practice questions, their lesson questions, are going to directly relate to the lecture. So it's really easy for them to do that. So let's look at lesson 16.
Lesson 16.
Now he did this lesson this morning, so you can kind of see how he did that. And once he puts in his answer, and you see that he put in the correct answer here, he can see how to do it.
We need to tell which of these calculations is the best way to estimate 57 plus.
Or he doesn't have to, especially if he got it correct. He doesn't need to do that. And they enter their answer here, and then they hit the check it button, and it lets them know if they got it right or if they got it wrong. So another thing that's really cool in here is the grade book. My kids really enjoy that they can see their grade book because they like to tell me their score as soon as they're finished. And the kids can see all of their lessons and they can see their quiz scores here as well. So that makes it really easy for them, and it helps them also keep track. So they get a copy of it and I get a copy of it, which I really, really enjoy. So they both really like this feature, and I think it's really cool because I think it gives the kids a little bit of accountability and at the same time a little bit of responsibility because they can see exactly how well they're doing in math. So this is the parent homepage and the parent directory. And in here, you'll find all kinds of cool things where you can really have control over your child's math curriculum. So let's go in here and I'm going to show you guys all the really cool functions. So in here, you can view and print your grades. And this is the part that I really, really like because I have so much control in here. So we're doing Math 7 right now. So these are the actual lessons here, not the quizzes. The quizzes are right here, and this is going to be the same thing over in that area as well. So here's the C for complete, and here is the delete button. So let's say that he got a really bad score, and he comes to me and says, Mom, I think I really could have done a lot better on that. Could I redo it? And I can delete this if I want and let him try again. So you guys have control over all of this stuff. And now let's go and click the first lesson. Now there's all kinds of things you can do. You can edit all kinds of things in here. So I can edit or delete or change that problem if I want to. So these are the individual math problems. So he had 20 problems on this lesson here, and I can see the ones that he struggled on because he needed more than one attempt, and you can see if he had to view the solution or needed the hints and the helps. So the check marks mean that it's correct, the X's mean that it's incorrect. So you can see all of that, and there's dates and everything on here for you as well. So let's go back. So here are the ebooks if you want to print them out, as well as the keys. Here is where you can change your passwords. Here you can turn off and on the hints and second chances, but I really like having these on because I think it gives them a little bit more confidence, and my kids like having this as well too. You can manage your subscription in here, so it shows you how much time you have left. So you guys can see we've had ours for quite a while. So this was the one from last year. This is this here. And then you can contact Teaching Textbooks anytime at this phone number, and it tells you when they are available for customer service or if you get stuck, which is really great because I don't feel like I am all alone. So I love how much control Teaching Textbooks gives us as parents and as educators. So this has been just a really, really great program for us all around. Okay guys, so if you're interested in getting a subscription to Teaching Textbooks, then follow the link down below. I'll put all the information on how you can enter to win a Teaching Textbook subscription for you and your family for this upcoming school year. I hope you enjoy our video, and make sure that you come back and see the next video, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell if you haven't already. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.